There we go. We got our sound now. I was sharing everything to the Facebook group. So yeah, when I came in, that and I made toaster strudel this morning, and the dog and the cat are going to tear apart my bedroom. Uh, they do this. This is their time to play because it's before we leave in the morning. The dog and the cat like to be done. What? What do you want? You trying to put me into a rush?
Let me have a Diablo sandwich, a Dr. Pepper. Make it fast. I'm in a goddamn hurry.
Glory likes saying hello to everyone this morning. Yeah, yeah. You want love. You want love or to play with the kitty. That's what you want in the mornings. No, you leave my toaster strudel alone. That's mine. So I do have a beef with the toaster strudel people. They make the little packets of frosting to where like they don't tear well. So when you're trying to just separate them from the group, it always tears one open. So then you can't use the little thing that they give you, so that I can't draw a smiley face. Instead, I just get of the big blob of frosting instead of being able to draw nice little things. Is this showing? Okay, I'm gonna go on a studio mode. Okay, it is showing comments. It appears to. I've got the comments right here. So if these aren't showing okay, let me know, because I do have everything set up for them. So I am seeing your comments in here, but yeah, I'm trying to get it to where you guys can see it all. Uh, tomorrow is, I'm pretty sure tomorrow is my election day. So here in California, we will be voting. So I will be off voting tomorrow. So there will definitely not be a morning coffee tomorrow because I will be doing my civic duties. I did have a good weekend. As you can see, I moved my dresser in here finally. Was able to get it. That thing is solid wood. It is heavy, and yeah, it was a pain. It's something I couldn't move alone, so I had to get a buddy of mine.
Holy Jesus. What is that?
Hope you all liked the soundboard. I got the soundboard. I did take a lot of your suggestions. I still have to fill it up with more stuff. But yeah, I've got it, and we're getting there. Are they loud enough? Are the sounds loud enough for you guys? Let me minimize that. I did want to pull up. So I put up a TikTok short yesterday of a military spouse wanting to be thanked. She wanted to be thanked for her service. I'm like, oh, thank you for marrying someone who puts their life at risk so then you can get, free health care and stay at home, be a stay-at-home mom. Yeah. I hate when these people do that, because it's like, yeah, you have a sacrifice, but it's not your life on the line. A bit louder.
Oh, wait. Was she a great big fat person?
Oh, catch you later. Going to be hot in Arizona. Aaron's today. Yep, it's going to be hot here too. Um, so what you're saying is they're not loud enough.
Princess looks more like a prince to me.
Okay, faggot. What's next?
Hoo-ah!
So some of them they're varying different sound levels. So if one is lower than the other, or if they're low in general, let me know. I'll bump up the volume. But if they are, yeah, if it's just one, I can.
Let me have a Diablo sandwich, a Dr. Pepper. Make it fast. I'm in a goddamn hurry.
So if it's just one, I can go in there and I can adjust the levels of that one. But if they're all of them, then I might have to do something else. Could be my audio levels. But yeah, I'm so frustrated. I wanted to put smiley faces on my toaster strudel. Nothing like sugar in the morning. That's an American breakfast. For our Brit that's in here, the one thing about the English breakfast I don't get is you guys always love baked beans. We never do baked beans. That's not a... Earbuds make sound better to hear everything. Black bean coffee. Actually, you know what? There is... Well, I drink my coffee generally black. This morning I did have a little bit of creamer in a couple of them. But I normally like it black myself. But there's a company, Indies Coffee. It's a veteran-owned coffee company out of Texas. And they've supported the show. In fact, I'm going to have Brandon, the owner, back on again. Baked beans are the best. I love baked beans, just not for breakfast. It's not a breakfast food for us. So that was one thing when I lived overseas, and they were always giving me the English breakfast, like the fried tomatoes, I'm trying to think what else, the eggs, even several of the meats, because they always had the meats. I had no problem with those, but yeah, baked beans, not a breakfast food here in the U.S. Yeah.
Dad, what are you doing? It's Shark Week.
I think the soundboard is going to ruin the morning coffees because I have way too much time having fun with these.
All due respect, sir, you're beginning to bore the hell out of me.
Are you really retarded?
But I'm going to spend the next couple days putting more, as I eat with my mouth full, I'm going to put more of these sounds on here. So, yeah, and I just want to make sure that they're loud enough that you guys can hear it. Yeah, some of them might need, and a lot of that's just the sound clip in general. Good morning, Gravy. Welcome.
Are you really retarded?
Hoo-ah!
This one I put in just for if we do any stories about any trannies.
Princess looks more like a prince to me.
Me and my brother had a lot of fun as we were talking about these as I was creating them yesterday. So, but I am trying to update my iPad. And it hasn't been updated in a long time because mainly my son uses it for gaming. And it's on iOS 14, needs to be on iOS 17, so it's not connecting. Like, it downloaded everything, but won't go through the proper steps. So I looked up, other people said connect it to my computer and update through iTunes. So I connected it to my computer, but it won't update. Like, it's not, it'll show that I've got the iPad connected, but won't let me update. Baked bean and black pudding. I've never had black pudding. The next time I go to the UK, I will tell my friends. They live outside of Birmingham. So I'll tell them I have to try black pudding. I mentioned last time, I was like, look, it looks gross, but I will try it, is jellied eels, because that's a traditional thing. And they were even like, we're not going to eat those. We're not taking you to go eat those. I'm like, you don't want me to try them at least once? I would try it. So... it's a traditional English thing. So in parts of England, not all. But yeah, I thought I would try those, and they were like, "No, mate, we're not taking it. You like jellied eels? Oh, no jelly eels. Sorry. Yeah, they were like, no, not doing this." And my one buddy, he's dual citizenship, but he's actually he's Greek. He's from Cyprus. So he loves the barbecue. He was introducing me to a lot of Greek barbecue dishes, which I thought was interesting. But they've got a nice little garden. They live out in the country. Like literally, cows will walk up, gopping. What's gopping? Is that me eating? Sorry, I didn't eat my breakfast before I came on.
Looks like I picked the wrong week to quit amphetamines.
That one I need to increase. Let's see, yeah. Let's see if this fixed it.
Looks like I picked the wrong week to quit amphetamines.
Okay, it's a little bit better. I'm gonna actually turn this way up.
Looks like I picked the wrong week to quit amphetamines.
Okay, so that one's better.
You ever seen a grown man naked?
A lot of these movie ones, I have to increase the volume because there's always background music or something.
You ever seen a grown man naked?
Revolting, horrible, or disgusting. Okay, I am gonna add that into my vocabulary. Gopping. That's gonna be my new one. It'll throw all the American Marines off when I get in and start talking about that's gopping. I could have filled this whole thing up with quotes from Airplane. Just because I quote it so often, but I was like, no, I'm going to start at 2, and, that'll be it. But yeah, me and my brother, we were just talking about just different things. I got to get some for The Sopranos. I was watching The Sopranos last night. That's just such a great show. I enjoy it so much. All these other shows that are on TV that people are like, oh, you got to watch it. They're all copying, trying to be The Sopranos. I did want to pull a couple things up, so bear with me for a second here. Just some stories. Things that I normally like to check out before I come on here. Here, I'll give you the right screen. Like some of these are just junk, but I like going through some of these stories, just seeing what kind of craziness, especially on military.com. Veteran, oh my God. Veteran burns uniforms in solidarity with airman who died after setting himself on fire. So you just burned your uniforms. Okay.
Are you really retarded?
Like, oh no, not your uniforms. Ugh. This is main character syndrome. These are people who just think they're important. And of course it's a Marine veteran. Of course, we are the dumbest ones. Fretters and sadness. Beautiful. Oh, dude. Okay, I am writing all these down, and I'm gonna be. What's a fretter? Like sad essence, I can get beautiful icers. Okay, I think I can figure that one out. Cold redders. But what's a fretter? Or the equal signs. Those are all the same. Okay, I got it. I'm not the quickest guy on the bunch. Okay. Someone was like, you should call your fans the Veteran Nation Army. Here's the problem if I do that. If I call them the Veteran Nation Army, there are people who are going to be like, oh, you think you're in the Army. I'm noticing this chat is not... Let me get rid of that. And so that way you guys can all see the chat. Display capture. Okay. Because I want you guys to all be able to see. No, I don't. Okay, yeah, that's okay. Boom, boom. And I'm going to bring it down to there. because I want you guys to see what everybody's saying. Okay, there we go. But now, just remind me when we go back to this, to me solo, to put that in there so that you can all see the chat. But this is supposed to do it automatically, and it doesn't appear that it's updating anything. Icer's cold, Redder's hot. Essence beautiful. Okay, I'm gonna have to add all this into my vocabulary. I love. If you saw, I did a thing about military insults. Like, there were some good ones in there. I won't lie. Like, calling both people from the Navy and the Marine Corps who've gotten out, calling them discharged seamen. That's hilarious. So yeah, that's that story. What an idiot. Just wanting attention. Like, if you're going to do this stuff, do it for veterans who are glophead habitual drunk. I'm related to some glopheads. But yeah, if you're gonna do self-immolate, do it for other veterans. Don't do it for people in Palestine who don't care about you. Pentagon to lift ban on V-22 Osprey flights. I didn't even know that there was a ban, to be honest. Like, abortion policy, yeah, don't care. No salute zones. Newport leaders say Navy could invest $400 million in downtown housing for sailors. Okay, this is a big problem, actually. I'll go into the story. What's happening is all this land around the bases is all getting like it's going up in price, and it's becoming too expensive for people in the military. Even if you use your VA home loan, it's getting too expensive to be able to buy. So this is the problem with all this, is that they can't they can't find housing, and rent is, housing prices go up, rent goes up. So it's due to these contractors, because the military is moving towards contracting, doing everything instead of it all being handled by the soldiers and whatnot. So they're going to put housing in downtown Newport News, $400 million. Amendment to government. Be able to live off ships, be stationed somewhere. This is just the problem of, if base housing were ever taken care of. They don't take care of it. They'll build it, and it'll be nice for the first couple people that live there, but then they don't go in and take care of any of the properties that they want people to be in. F-O-bit, Hobbit. Yeah, a fobbit. Yeah, I was a fobbit. I only got off our fob twice. So I was a fobbit. Whatever. That's why, like, I get people who will, like, come in the comments and, like, call me things like a pogue when they don't like my stuff. Yeah, I'm a pogue. I'm happy to be a pogue. I was never a grunt. Whatever. They think that will insult me in some way. The people that get bothered by it are they're the ones they're the fragile ones. People like me, call me a fobbit all day long, and or call a fobbit, call me a pogue. I am. I was. It's what I do. But I did my job well, so I'm very proud of it. Budget. So yeah, they're not going to talk about what the real problem is, but it's because one, base housing sucks, and they don't want to put the money to fix it. And then the second thing is that now, because of all these contractors, land around the bases is becoming a premium. I have invested in 29 Palms because I saw this happening, and I was like, okay, this is an opportunity for me to make some money. So yeah, I bought a home here. This base is gonna grow for the next 10 years. Um, Stacy, I know you got your son who's a Marine. Highly encourage him to use his VA home loan because that is a way for military people to get wealth. And hopefully he comes in here. He normally jumps on in Facebook, but my realtor, he's we talked about this, the tried and true method of when you come in and purchase a home using your VA home loan and then you get PCS orders, don't sell the house. Rent the house out. And that way for most Americans, the house is the biggest savings. Well, you'll be able to rent it out because it's near a military base. You can rent it to military people. So you're going to have a pretty decent rental market. But he's looking into property now. Great. That is what will put him on the track to financial stability using the military. So yeah, that's how this stuff happens. It gets a little bit frustrating sometimes because the military doesn't pay well. But I didn't do it because I had a spouse who was just way too risk adverse. So I didn't buy anything until after I was divorced. But yeah, absolutely. Every time you PCS, buy a new house, rent out your old one, and then after, if you do 20 years, now you've got properties all over the areas. Told him he absolutely needs to do this sooner than later. It's a win-win. Even if he lives in the barracks, he can use his VA home loan. And that's actually a pretty good way to start. Start with a small home, something that you can rent out. The biggest trap that people fall into is they get approved for, like, I got approved for $350,000, and that was, I probably could have pushed for more, but they were like, yeah, what you make and everything, $350,000. I didn't buy a $350,000 house because I didn't want to spend all my money into housing. And that's what you do see. And, around the bases, yeah, you can buy a $350,000 home, but do you really want to? It's going to be a large home. So unless if you find a large family, you're not going to rent it out. You're better off buying little, small, cute houses that you can maintain and stuff like that. And then when you retire, the wealthiest veterans I know have at least 2 properties that they had purchased at stations, moved, and then just rented them out. And then at the end of their 20 years, some of them kept doing that. Some of them sold out everything and then had, like, they essentially, if they didn't have cash for their forever home, they pretty much had most of it taken care of. When you transition out of the military and then you have the time where you don't have a job, or at least you're not making the same type of money, that's when having that type of thing, it sustains you. Absolutely sustains you. He's in Arkansas now. Oh, what's in Arkansas? Is that, no, Fort Leonard Wood is in Missouri. Fort Lost in the Woods is what we call it. I got to do a t-shirt on that one. Sorry. I'm going to look up Military Times. That's the other one where I get a lot of my military stories. Stars and Stripes every once in a while. Oh my God, remove this. Marine vet who hit hockey stick at Capitol gets 3 years. Well, I mean, it's assault, so, the January 6th people were stupid. I would never have done that. Hitting a cop, yeah, you're gonna go to jail. Supreme Court just ruled 9-0. Donald J. Trump is able to be on Colorado's ballot. I'm not shocked at all. I did a video. Eugene Debs, he was in early 1900s. He was the perennial candidate for the Socialist Party of America. He was arrested in 1917 for protesting American involvement in World War I. He was handing out leaflets. He was found guilty of sedition, given, I believe, like 20 years. He ran for president from jail. and that was like no new laws. So there was already precedent. So that was stupid that they were trying to push that. It was just a dumb thing. It wasted everybody's time. And yeah, Supreme Court. And then I don't think they're going to let that trial go through either. We're not going to hear about that one, though, until probably July. The Supreme Court, normally the Supreme Court ends their term June, July, and that'll be one of the last ones. That's the way they do things. Wright-Patterson. Ooh, I've been there. I've done training at Wright-Pat. Tornado struck. Okay, so these were the tornadoes that were going through when I was talking with my family. My family didn't get hit, but things were blowing around, and like they had to go clear off their patios, and the kids got a 2-hour delay of going into school. I'm shocked the hangars were, normally those things are pretty sustainable, but it might not be. Oh, it was the museum. Okay. They got a really nice museum there. Go check it out. None of the artifacts were damaged. That's good. That's, so yeah, Wright-Patterson. Yeah, it's not incredible damage. Ruling vacates Capitol riders may impact January 6 cases. Okay. Is this a Supreme Court ruling? No, Federal Appeals Court. Okay. I'm a big nerd about court stuff, so if you like court, you'll understand. They upheld his but wrongly implied and enhanced and lengthened. Yeah, that's the thing. Like, a lot of these people, most of them, it was trespassing and trespassing, vandalism, disturbing the peace. Absolutely. They're all guilty of that. Process them for that. But some of these things of like putting people in solitary confinement for months, yeah, that's ridiculous. Again, you go back to, you don't have to throw the book at them. Just find them guilty and show that the process works. That's all you have to do. He was sentenced to 2 years after being convicted of a felony charge of obstruction of official proceeding and misdemeanor offenses. Okay, well, how do you get to that? Currently serving federal lockup in Missouri, expects to be released in mid-December. Obstruction felonies are at the center of another U.S. case. I don't see what obstruction, said the Administration of Justice sentencing enhancement applies to judicial proceedings, but does not extend to interfering with the certification of. Oh, okay. So that's what they. Oh my God. Yeah, that is clear overreach. That's not what that law is for. These prosecutors, like, you get prosecutors like the one I had, who I was attacked. You can see the video on the channel. They would not do anything. I was like, look, will you do a misdemeanor charge? No, we're not going to waste our time with this. I was attacked on camera. I've got video of it. And then you get these ones who, just because it was January 6th, they want to throw the book at these people. Like, yeah, absolutely. There should be, they should not have gone into the Capitol. They had a right to protest on the steps, traditional public forum. But the moment anyone who went in, absolutely should be prosecuted. If someone stayed in, or stayed out, they should not be prosecuted. That's the way it is. Like, you can protest legally. Time, place, and manner restrictions under federal guidelines was 24 to 30 months. He's sentenced to the low end of those guidelines. Yeah, it should be the low end. Like, no one was seriously hurt from their actions. I know a lot of people, cops died. No cops died on January 6th or from injuries sustained in January 6th. Military airdrops. So, not really. There's some good court stuff. I might talk about some of this court stuff again later. But yeah, not a lot of stuff happening. If you're in a Super Tuesday state, go vote tomorrow morning. No morning coffee tomorrow. It's vote day. So I will be voting. You all should as well. Election day should absolutely be a federal holiday, without a doubt. everyone should have that day off and be able to go do their civic duty. And if that's the case, then we can pretty much end vote by mail. Vote by mail, in my opinion, is stupid. It's just a mistake. It's way too prone to too many problems. Like absentee voting, fine. Everything should have kind of New York's guidelines. New York's got some really strict guidelines about voting. And I actually really like New York's laws about voting. Only thing I'm like, oh yeah, I like how New York does this. But yeah, so I'm going to go ahead and end the stream here. Check out my interview I did last night with veteran Eric Miller. That one's a really good one. Gravy, I wish you would have been in on that one and given your 2 cents, because I know you would have. Well, I did see where you did have it, but I wish you would have been there live, because I know you would have had a good opinion on it. But go to veterannationfoundation.com. Check out our merchandise. I got to get something for Fort Leonard Wood. So if anyone has been at Fort Leonard Wood, give me some words that I should write about it. Beyond that, I hope you all have a great day. Dog and cat are going to start fighting again. You all have a great day. I hope you're all blessed, and I hope today is a good day for you. Outside of that, you all have a good one, and as always, thank you for being worth serving.